Let me change this title. Let me change this title. Do I have to go to YouTube site to change the title? Not seeing the thing. Manage the broadcast in OBS. Yeah, I guess so. I guess so. Mm-hmm. Okay. 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 Where last time in Final Fantasy 1, what was it? We got Princess Cornelia back from the the knight that was rebelling against our Princess Sarah, who is the princess of Cornelia, which is a kingdom that the four warriors of light ended up at. And that's our party, the four warriors of light. And we brought back Princess Sarah after being she was like kidnapped by a knight that rebelled, Garland. And then they were like, we'll rebuild this bridge, and then you guys have to like go and like reactivate the crystals so the planet's not dying anymore. And one of the places is this we've arrived at is Elfheim, which is a kingdom of elves, and then their prince is under a sleeping curse, like Sleeping Beauty or Snow White. And apparently kisses don't work, so we're gonna have to find some way to wake him up. And we got a crown from the marsh, which revitalizes the Western Keep, which is to the west of the map and of here. Yes. And then let's see what we can do to beef up our party a little bit, because it is kind of weak. It has been dying a lot. I have been saved by autosave. And this time I've put on the little scan lines, you know, just to see. You know, it's a little... it's kind of cool, but I don't know. It's not the worst scan lines I've ever seen. Let's see. Okay. Let's look at Brian, our black mage. He has level 1 and 3 magic, but he doesn't have any for the other levels. So we should probably get 2 and 4. Just so that we have something to use up that MP, because the MP is like, you know, based on the different levels of magic, rather than overall, like in later Final Fantasy. Yes, and then lowest, he's missing 2. And then here's Link's grave. Rest in peace. There are like a million of him anyway. It doesn't really matter that one of him is dead. This is level 3. We don't really need a stronger cure right now. And we don't really need a stronger Dia. The other one got. Poisona, that is pretty... that's pretty alright. We did get that. I don't know if the damage reduction ones, you know, the elemental damage reduction ones, I don't know if they're a good investment, because you would have to know beforehand that you're going to counter some of those elements. Vox might be good. Cure Silence. But I don't know. It's not high priority. We don't have that much money. We only have like 6,000. Right. Haste is always really good in Final Fantasy, because it does increase the amount of attacks that people can do. Sleep Row would be better if like it could do all the enemies at once. Blizzara? Let's get Haste in Blizzara. I like how stringed instruments can sound a little whiny sometimes, like a little dog. Like in this like shop music. There's like a part where it goes like... Okay. So... Hint would be nice. I don't know. Let's get a few potions. As usual, we'll get 10 potions. We'll get... yeah, a few of those antidotes. We'll get like 110. Just to see. It only works out on the field. And that... what? Oh. That's just another exit. I thought I stumbled upon a secret area. But no. Okay, so... let's go west through this forest. Where we're gonna kill some wolves. We'll turn the auto battle on. And see if we can survive. I love the idea of, like, a white mage using a big ol' hammer. I know. A girl using a hammer kind of reminds me of, like, Amy Rose from Sonic. Okay, so... where is this Western Keep? Let's auto battle. It'll be fine. It'll be fine until it's not fine. Now where? Oh, this must be the Western Keep, right? Western Keep. Wow. This is such calming music. Kiki. We've seen these bats before at the little swamp. Or marsh, I would say. I don't know what the difference is between the swamp and the marsh. Are there no random encounters here? There's like the king character, but I want to explore first in case that triggers like a boss battle. I want to see if there's like a chest or something. Yee. Is this sealed by a magic key? Yes, it is. Wow, this song's really nice. It's very like, you know, it's very solemn and tragic. Makes you feel bad for all these bats. You know, these bats aren't very good at upkeep. They're not maintaining their little home well. But you know, it's like they can't like hold brooms or tools or anything. They don't really have hands for that. They don't have like the opposable thumbs and everything. Hello, King. The king. Mwahaha! You fools fell right into my trap. I am Astos, king of the Dark Elves. With the combined power of the crown you now hold and the crystal eye I already possess, I will become the true Elf King. It is useless to resist me. I can take what is mine by sheer force. Ah, so he also has the crystal eye, the the witch is like missing. Okay. I wish this thief had like steal. I wish the thief could steal. Okay, so first things first, let's buff our characters. Haste and protect are always good. Yes, I have to start with the mages. Just because the mages are the ones casting everything. Does haste override, or does it, like, cancel out? What's going on? Okay, and then we can use... Oh, wait. I should have lingered more on that screen where we were selecting characters, because it probably would have told me if Lois is currently hasted. Okay, so protect. But, oh yes, they do cancel. It's not just like overriding. And I don't have enough MP to keep... I don't have enough MP to keep casting haste, so... Oh! Okay, so, yes. The thing is, I don't have Shell. Shell is the thing that protects you against magic attacks. Instead, I only had Protect. Oh no! Can I run? Death. Can't escape. Okay. So he also has death, which could insta-kill me. Okay, let's just say I'm not very prepared for this. The Dark Elf looks very, like, goblin-esque. Like, usually when I see Dark Elves, they're just, like, regular elves, but, they've got, like, dark skin or something. This lets you know... Yes, let's continue from our autosave. It's too bad they can't carry on the knowledge they had before. And be like, let's leave the crown at home and then just get the crystal eye so he's not, like, powered up when we go get him. I don't know if there's like a... I don't know if there's like a better place to go to first before this. I mean, there are plenty of places we haven't like explored. I don't know if this is like supposed to be for later on. We are leveling up a bit, which to me is a sign that we're under-leveled. That, you know, we're leveling up like at least one character per, like, encounter. Where's our boat? That is a little HP. When it says it's gonna restore a little HP, they're not kidding. Is that, like, greenish dot our boat? Like, above Elfheim? Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Okay. Perhaps, the dancer in Cornelia will give us a place to go to that is not the Western Keep. Get in there. I do wonder what it'd be like if I just got all warriors. And just, like, stacked up on a bunch of potions and stuff. You'd think those sharks wouldn't be so dangerous and, like, on top of the ship, given that, you know, they don't have feet. They would just, like, flop around. Is this Cornelia? Or is this the place where I got that boat? This is the place where I got the boat. Avoka. Let me look around. What they got in the shops. Blindna. Silence. I wouldn't think that silence would be white magic. I would think it would be black magic, but whatever. Invis. I think Blindna could be useful. The Dark Elf uses Thundara and Fyra, but I don't know if he just uses, like, every single element. But it could be useful. I mean, we could just cast every single null spell. Who knows? Maybe silence is useful too. these things are cheap at this point, so there's really no harm. Blinds all enemies with darkness. Oh, slow could be useful. And then you would think something that would raise attack would be white magic. But you know, they're going all silly goofy with this. They're challenging my expectations. Battle Axe. It's 1 more attack for 5 less accuracy. That really doesn't seem worth it. But who knows? I don't think I've ever seen like an attack miss. Have I? I fled here from Melman, town far from the west. It is a truly pitiable sight. The earth rots and the monsters attack in the night. Is there nothing you can do to help? You ever heard about something like self-reliance? You know, pulling yourself up by the bootstraps? Why are you relying on strangers? Because of you, we needn't fear the pirates so much. Thank you. I don't think there are any ports to the north. A ship can only dock at the port, you know. Okay. There's a pirate. They say there are elves living across the sea, but the elf prince has fallen into deep sleep and hasn't woken up. Maybe we should try going to this Melman place. What kind of armor they got? Ooh, iron armor. That's 9 more defense. Let's get that. Should I grab a Phoenix down? Sure. I wish that we were a little bit richer at this point, you know, so I could buy more Phoenix Downs, but that's okay. We'll strike it rich later. Okay, so we got our hint that there is like a place far to the west called Melmond. There's Cornelia. Maybe we should talk to the dancer just in case. Just in case she has something juicy for us. I do kind of wish we could speed up these battles a little bit. Whenever I play like on an emulator or something, I always use like the fast forward. A, a dancer. What news you got? Hey, shouldn't you be taking that crown to the king of the Western Keep? Though to come to mention it, there does seem to be something strange going on there. Maybe she's in league with with the Dark Elf. Yes, these things have not upgraded. I don't believe. Anyway. Have they? No. They're the same old. Restore the crystals to Grace. Who's Grace? Might as well check out. What are the spells that I skipped here? Sleep. Why does it look like the like Brian is giving like the middle finger? Yeah, sure, whatever. Let's get sleep. Maybe it'll come in handy. If we're facing like a mob and it's like really powerful, but like somehow we can just like turn them all to sleep. Sage Lucan said something about finding the crescent moon and he just up and left town. They say Matoya's peepers aren't too sharp. She can't see a thing without her crystal eye. I once lived far to the east of here in the harbor city of Provoca. These days I hear it's turned into a pirate's den. Not anymore. Not anymore. I beat them up. One Piece had was no match for my 5 fingers. You know, curled up into a fist. I love when ships can just like sail diagonally. You know, I love to see I love to see that. Okay, here's the port. Dang, these cowardly wolves. What happened to Pride? I guess those are lions. Lions are the ones that are in prides. I don't know what wolves are in. I guess they're in packs. I was about to say cowardice. These Gigas worms, they kind of look like Raticates from Pokemon. They're like more hamster-ish, rat-ish. Can I not go past those mountains? Maybe I have to do the Western Keep first. Maybe that's very much what I have to do. Ah, jeez. And then that's just gonna be... That western thing, that's just like... Matoya's cave, right? The witch. Flip it around, Wicked Witch. Oh, no. This is the dang, dwarves place. And then I think the only thing they asked me for was adamantite. And then I guess we would need some nitro powder that we need the mystic key to open, but the mystic key comes from the elves. So everything goes back to these dang old elves. Let's cast one of these group spells, just because there's 7 of them. Bingo bango! What did he do? Paralyze? Paralysis, yes. I don't have, like, something to cure paralysis. Let's just use a heal. I wish I could reallocate, like, the MP from the different levels into other levels. So if I just wanted to use, you know, heal a bunch, I could just, like, take something from level 4 or something like that. Let's use another Thundara. Why not? We're coming up on Elfheim. We got the inn coming up. It's fine. It's fine to use a little MP. Yeah, let's just use the same stuff. Hey, Stewie leveled up. Alright, so... First off, let's hit the inn. I can get the paralysis thing. But maybe I don't know. I'm trying to look for the other null spells. Just so I can, you know, protect us against all that magic that the Dark Elf has. And maybe that'll be enough. No blaze. Go. Bruh. I don't know if at this point I would be comfortable with using Cura when I could use the other spells in that level. I did not mean to go to the castle. No frost. That's what I'm looking for. And now I'm basically out of money, right? Yep. I am so broke. You would think that since we are the Warriors of Light and we're trying to save the world, that we could at least, like, get some money from people. Just be like, hey, you know, you want to contribute to our little GoFundMe? We're trying to save the world. Or we could go to the shops and be like, you sure you don't want to put this on the house? We're trying to save the world. I mean, that includes your shop. Gassed. These are just like, I don't know, guys that had too much colloidal silver. They're just blue guys. Let's save. Okay, Astos. I'm wiser now. No shock. Can I slow him? No. Doesn't look like it, although I don't know if it just missed or if he's immune. I would expect him to be immune since he's a boss, but who knows? Yeah, I don't know. Let's just use some magic on him. Death! Did that work? No! Peter! At least I have a Phoenix down, though. Hold up. No shock, no blaze, no frost. How much did thunder do? I was not paying attention. Oh, it's only 42. Okay. Maybe I should try a different spell. No frost, no blaze, no shock. Oh, we don't have like a null. What element's missing here? Null whatever else. Okay, so... yeah, let's do a little heal on Peter. Let's try fire. Again? Come on. Okay, so the fire wasn't great. I could really use like a raise spell. No shock, no blaze. No frost, we don't have. So let's no frost ourselves. What about blizzard? Ah, dang. Thief only did 5 damage. Oh, blizzard seems to be working alright. Blaze, frost... wait. Blaze, frost, shock. Okay. We've got the 3 nulls up. It's kind of a waste to use haste on, the thief, because he does such little damage. Come on. Wait! What? He was that quick to... He had that little HP? He had that low HP this whole time? Okay. Peter and Stewie died, but I'll take it. Yes, we've got the crystal eye. We can give it to the witch Matoya. Maybe she has the ability to wake up that prince. Who knows? Do these bats have anything to say? No. Okay, let's save, and then... let's get ourselves over to Elfheim so that we can visit church and get these guys up. I don't know why I used fire instead of thunder. Fire always feels like the most basic of the elements in Final Fantasy. It always feels like the thing you start with. all this sweet EXP that Brian, like Peter and Stewie are simply not getting. I guess that's a good reason for you to not go all warrior, because that dark elf was like so susceptible to magic and resistant to the physical attacks. Let's try Thunder. See what the Thunder does. We couldn't see what the Thunder did because Lois too strong. Thundara. Maybe Blizzard is better, because, like, they are kind of, like, scantily clad. They don't... You know... They don't have anything covering, like, one of their titties. It's hard to know whether... whether Blizzard was just, like, you know, they're weaker to ice, or if it's just that it's a higher level of magic than the other two group spells. Oh dang, I forgot how expensive it is to resurrect guys. I'm not gonna visit the Elven Castle just yet, because I assume that whatever we need to wake up that prince is gonna be from Matoya. And then let me check the map. Matoya's cave. Ah, yes. It's like it's like center right. Yes. On like the little... It's like on that little ear of that bit of land. If you imagine that the place that Cornelia is connected to is like a face. I wonder if there's a place that I'm missing that has like the thief, like, steel command. It's so funny to me to see like an enemy all by itself, especially like a lowly wolf. But that's where the term lone wolf comes from, I guess. Final Fantasy, it comes from the fantasy. I can't wait until I'm so over-leveled for this area that the little weak mage attacks can like one-hit KO these enemies. Toya's cave. I got your eye, girl. I got it. Oh, what's this? My crystal eye? Give it here. Don't worry, I have something to give you in exchange. Take this potion. It's the most amazing potion in my entire collection. You obtain Jolt Tonic. Ah, I can see again. I can see again. You're still here. I don't need you anymore, so be on your way. You're not as attractive as I thought you'd be. That would be... that would be frightening, right? If you were, like, blind, or you had, like, very poor vision, and then somehow you gained, your sight, and then you just figure out your partner's just, like, not hot at all. They're actually kind of, like, chopped. That would be such an adjustment. You know, I did look up at these, like... if these characters had canon names, and it seems like there's no, like, single canon name for these characters. I don't know, each of them has, like, 2 or 3 names that they could be, depending on which piece of media is portraying them. So, it's fine. It's fine that, you know, I just gave them whatever names. Alright, alright. Time to wakey wakey. After I crush some worms. Let's see. Here we go. Here we go. Zzz. Oh no, he's a bee. He's turning into a bee. This Jolt Tonic may just be what we need to break the curse and awaken the prince. I will try it at once. Your Highness, Your Highness? I was having a terrible nightmare. Am I still dreaming? You're the legendary warriors. Something tells me I'm not dreaming. I shall heed the legend as was told to me by my forefathers. The time for me to pass on the mystic key to its rightful owners has come at last. Now we can finally open all those rooms. I am awake and strong again, all because of you. Thank you, Warriors of Light. Alright. There's a treasure room here, right? Yes, yes, yes. I see it, I see it. It's on the outskirts. They hide it a little bit. A little bit. No, no, no. Okay. There we go. Mithril Hammer. 800 gil. 700 gil. Bronze Gloves. The treasure room has been secured with the Mystic Key. Haha, not anymore. There were also Mystic Key doors in, like, the marsh. We could revisit that. Oops. Yeah. How many antidotes do we have? We have 10, so I feel like that'll be enough. You go to the marsh and, you know, have a little trek through the little treasure rooms. Yes, I do have the scan lines on. I decided to try them on for this stream. Bum 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 bum. I don't know whether or not I like you know, like the random encounters having their own music that like pipes in every now and then. Like, you know, whenever you get into a random encounter, how the music just comes in. Versus like how in a lot of modern games they try to like do like a transition so things fade in and out. Well, if I have the scan lines on while you're not watching, then whose fault is that? Whose fault is that? It's you for not watching. Ooh, okay, so this isn't one of the areas that was sealed off with a key, was it? I don't know. Oh, these slimes, I need to use magic on them. Okay. I already got through that room. Maybe I've gotten through all the rooms here. Do I have a streaming schedule? No. It's just whenever I feel like it. Why? Would you like me to create a streaming schedule? Alright, so I've gotten all... Ooh. Yeah, I might have gotten all the things from this area. I'll need to go to, like, the southern area instead. Ooh, poison. Let's heal that. If you wanna... if you wanna suggest a schedule, I'm all ears. I'm open. When I used to stream, like, more regularly, I had, like, a schedule that was, like, every morning at, like, 8. But I don't know if that's something that I want right now. I don't know. What time during the weekends? Couscous? Oh, I need to go down a little bit more, right? I need to go down a level. Weekend mornings. Alright. What counts as morning to you? Because you're like 3 hours ahead. Well, your name begins with a C. And C is the third letter out of the alphabet. 3 hours ahead, see? Okay. Ah, I didn't mean to use Spyra. Oh well. Okay. I was so close. I was so close to getting that treasure room without any random encounters. There. What? Who's this? Pisco Demon. Oh, they were the. There are bosses like guarding that one thing. The crown. What are they doing over here? And were they optional? Did I need to fight them at all? Let's maybe do a heal, but it's not gonna heal very much. I wonder if Blizzara is good. Or if they're like strong against magic, because like, you know, they're holding those little staves. Keep healing, little girl. Dang. Lois is 4 times as powerful as Brian right now. Physically, anyway. Monsters? I just fought some monsters! What are these snakes doing in here? Okay. Silver armlet. That's what the chest had. I was just giving the potion to everybody. Let's see. Yeah. Let's give the silver armlet to Lois since she's our healer. It's important that she stays alive. Although, she's not that great of a healer. At this point in the game. Yeah, I'm wearing a black t-shirt, you know? The only color that I have to avoid is like green. But yes, I've been wearing a lot of dark t-shirts, like black t-shirts and stuff, to, you know, to hide my girth. Slimming, you know. I guess all these like chests are gonna have monsters in them. Oh, what if I use silence? Is that gonna be a good idea? Well, they're not really... That didn't work on them, and they're not really casting spells anyway. They're just kind of like whacking us. Rest in peace, Lois. The chests have things inside them. It's just that you have to fight the monsters first. That only contained an antidote. What a ripoff. Okay, so I'm out of MP for the group spells. Oh, my man Peter is poisoned. Oh my god. Accidentally selected attack instead of fire. That's alright. That's alright. Stewie got me. He did like a critical hit or something. Yes, my team is not like in crazy good shape, but I think it'll be fine. It's not like we have like a big boss to square off against in this dungeon, since we defeated the... We defeated the main objective here in this dungeon last time. Which was to get the crown. Nah, it's fine. We're not gonna get a game over. We're gonna get a game under, you know? It's gonna go so smoothly, it's gonna go under. Dang. No chest in there, just statues. Okay. They like to play their low games on me. It's a game that plays you just as much as you play it. Why did he revert to attack? Did he run out of MP? Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let's go with Blizzard. My little Dairy Queen, let's give him a Blizzard. You know, Dairy Queen is like kind of a cute name to give like your wife if she's like lactating. What if I blind them all with dark? Go. That didn't work. What if I do a slow? That didn't work either. Are they immune to all status effects, or am I just like really inaccurate with these? What is slow for in this? It reduces the amount of attacks they get in. I assume it's like something like I collected treasure from 10% of the chest. I assume it's like it becomes their turn less. Like yeah, in like in standard turn by turn in standard turn based combat, like slow just like reduces the amount of times that a character gets to act. So it'll be like when it's the enemy's turn, it might skip over them or something, I think. Like, slow and haste still exist in the pure turn-based. They just... Okay, let's get out here. We went through all the chests. It was kind of not worth it to come here. No, there's no hidden ATB. It's just like, you know, you have turns in the queue. And then it just decides to, like, skip over whatever character is affected, or give them another turn or something. I mean, I'm getting EXP and Gil for, you know, fighting these guys, but... Ooh. I just don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth it. A good way to see how, like... slow and haste work is like in Final Fantasy X, because they have all the turns listed on the side. You can see who's coming up, and then that gives you a clear picture of how something like that works with pure turn-based. Because there's no ATB in Final Fantasy X either. Ooey, ooey, ooey. Hopefully our dude, Peter, can survive. We're out of potions. We don't have any Phoenix Downs. But he's got a lot of defense. It might be fine. I can also run. Ooh, they have him paralyzed. That's not good. Shake it off, guy. Shake it off. Shake off that paralysis. Come on. Shake off the paralysis. Come on. This is truly like death by 1,000 cuts. Oh my god. Okay. I guess I really am gonna die. Okay, so... at least I had the autosave. You know, it still doesn't put me in a great position because I still only have just Peter alive, but hopefully we don't get paralyzed. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed. We can just like run from some battles. He lost more HP than I would have liked. You know, I don't like it when they lose any EXP. I mean, like, not EXP, HP, but if they have to, I would prefer they lose not that much. Star Wars Connect? I don't know if I could play a Connect game on stream. That would have to be something I would emulate unless someone wanted to buy me a Connect and everything. But I don't know if that... I don't know how that works out. Okay, so let's save. And then... let's head over to Elfheim to get my party recovered, and then we'll make our way to Cornelia to open those treasure chests in the castle. And we'll go to the dwarf place after to open up the treasure room there and get the nitro powder, so that we can explode some stuff. I'm gonna be honest, I don't think I'll ever play a Star Wars game. I don't know. Oh wait. Yeah, let's flee. Flee. You know, the Star Wars game that people always talk about, that they always hype up, is Knights of the Old Republic. They're always like, Knights of the Old Republic 1 and 2, or whatever. And they're like, oh man, the story is so great in that. Okay. Now we gotta head into our ship. Fight some shark and some kind of freak. And make our way to good old Cornelia, where hopefully they've got something good for us. That isn't just like a silver armlet and some gil. am not a big Star Wars fan. I've watched 3 Star Wars movies, but they're all like the beginning of each trilogy. Is this, No, no, no. This isn't one of those treasure rooms. This one, right? Oh, no, no, no. It's just a lady in there. I guess that's the queen. Yeah. Queen Jane. I'm not really a fan of like spelling Jane with a Y in it. It just reminds me of that one Real Housewife, Jane, Erica Jane or something like that. I don't know. No, no, no. There was a treasure room somewhere. I wasn't hallucinating it. It was there somewhere, right? The time has come to use the key to open the doors. The equipment within is sure to help you. Okay, okay, okay. This is it. Cottage. Saber. Mithril knife. Tent. Nitro powder! Okay, so nitro powder is not in the caves itself. Nitro powder is here and we bring it to the caves for those dwarves to do their little tunneling. Let's see. So we got a little knife for our dude. Wait, what? We already had a saber, so these chests weren't they weren't that goated. They were kind of mid. But you know what? We'll take it. Is there a port that's near the dwarf cave? Yeah, it's time to release the bomb. I wish you could dock anywhere. I wish you could just like drop an anchor and then just jump off that ship. Anywhere you wanted. But I guess there's always the risk that your ship is gonna, you know, get up against rocks and then like get a big old gash in it and start sinking like the Titanic. Lally-ho! Hey, Gadwin or Smith? Smith? In the smithy he is. We have crystal eye, even the blind can see. I hear that the dark elf Astos nicked the one belonging to Matoya. Yes, but I got it back. We have crystal eye, even the... Okay, whatever. You gotta get your own identity, bud. You can't just say the same thing that someone else is saying. If only I could ace some of the legendary metal adamantite, I'd be able to craft such a magical sword. The earth has started to rot. It begins in the west. Blah blah blah. Who is it that wanted that? Nitro. Down here? What's this? Oh, this is like a Mystic Key place. Worm Killer. Potion. You know, it always like... Yes, Worm Killer. A new sword for Peter. It always confused me when I was younger that worm spelled with a Y actually meant like a dragon. Because I thought it just meant like a big old worm. Like Dune. Like a Dune worm. Yo. Mithromale Cottage. Wait, what? Oh, Mithromale is worse than the iron armor I have. Okay. Nitro powder. The explosive force in this powder will aid my canal open in no time flat. Like ooh your burns. Bairns. What does that mean? Bairns. I've heard it before, but I don't know what it means. There we go. No, we can blast this rock to smithereens. What are you standing around for? That powder's set to blow. Unless you plan to go on going with it. You'd best get out where you can. We did it, boys. We... We're doing untold ecological damage. I cannot wait to see what lies out there beyond the canal. Okay, so we put a dang old bomb there, but like it didn't like create a tunnel or anything. It just created a canal, like separate those islands so that we can squeeze our little boat through. Oh, let's save a little bit since we did make story progress. I wonder who in fantasy decided that, like, you know, dwarves were like Scottish or something. Okay, so maybe we can get to Melmond now. Since I heard that's in the west, and the earth is going crazy there or something like that. I'm going to go to the bathroom a little bit. I hope I don't die by the time I come back. Okay, I'm back. I don't know what these Italian slurs you're saying are. Just don't let YouTube catch you saying those things. Melmond? Ooh. The earth really has ravaged Melmond. There are a bunch of graves. It's a gravestone. Gravestone, gravestone. Restore the crystals to grace. These guys are like little zombies. The way they all repeat this line. Gravestone, gravestone. Any of these new, like, important? No. If the earth crystal regains its glow, life will return to the earth. The hills and the valleys will again be green. Stop by my father's shop, okay? Oh, we have some level 5 magic. Instantly kills all enemies. I guess that's like death, but like group death. Defra or something. Transports the party to the previous floor. That could be useful. That could be really useful. Because I've wanted a way to exit places better. Oh. Huh? Brian can't learn it? I guess it's maybe for the red mage then? Even though it's black magic, Brian cannot learn it. Okay, let's get Faraga. Scourge. I'm not even sure if Scourge is great. Well, we'll save our money. Yeah, the red mage is a class we could have picked where it, you know, it had the ability to do white and black magic, and then also it was a little bit stronger physically, but it's like a jack of all trades, master of none kind of thing. Oh, life. We need life. And let's also get Hilara. Which one was your father's shop, girl? I'm just the farmer. In the cave on the southern tip of this continent lives a man named Sada. He's a wise man who knows much. I've heard that the ancients possess something with the power to make ships float in the sky. What is my name? I've come all the way from Durgar. Oh, this is one of those dwarves. I've come all the way from Durgar to find out the spring height of the Earth's decay. Spring height. That's a name that's a word I do not know. I don't read enough for that. Long ago, a prosperous civilization thrived in the Northland. Now it's fallen into ruin. Let's see. The longsword and the falcon would be upgrades. We can't afford the longsword though. Maybe if we sell some of our previous equipment, we might be able to afford the longsword. We just got the worm killer though. It's a shame to like already replaced the Worm Killer. $19.15. I need 10. Ooh. It's not strictly better. I don't know. Because of the accuracy difference, but I don't really care about accuracy. I'm not struggling with that. The giant living in the cave eats rocks. He'll eat just about any kind of rock, but I hear he especially likes gems. He can't get enough of them. There's nothing I, the great genius Dr. Don't know. What? You've never heard of me? Inconceivable! It's just like the guy from Princess Bride, Wallace Shawn. I don't know. It's hard to believe that he knows everything when he's offered, like, nothing. Oh my god, this knight's armor is so expensive. 36,000. 36,000? Remember that lady? Ruby Frankie? She's like in prison or something now. Okay, so silver armlet, knight's armor. We cannot afford knight's armor, no matter what we sell. Yeah, whatever. It's fine. We die, we die. The Cavern of Earth is to the south of Melmond, on a peninsula called the Devil's Tail. It used to be the closer you got to that cave, the more fertile the soil. Now it's a barren waste. The Earth is the king, and it's all the doing of the vampire that lives in the Cavern of Earth. Our town is in such a rotten shape because he's blocking the flow of the power of the Earth. Will you stop him for us? I mean, sure. You got any garlic? I think that if I lived in a world where vampires are real, I would just, like, douse myself in garlic all the time. Like, I love the scent of garlic. So I don't mind smelling like garlic. If that's also gonna keep vampires away, cool. Okay, so everyone wants us to go south so that we can defeat that vampire in that cave. And unblock this crystal. Yeah, a lot of vampires are depicted as handsome. They're like a... You know, they're like some kind of allegory for like sexuality or something. But I like the freaks. I like the freaks like Nosferatu. I like this this archetype of enemy. This archetype is like It looks like a dead clown. Giant's Cave. Alright, alright. This is the dude that likes to eat the rocks. You shall not pass! Okay. I guess we need to find a rock for him to eat first, before he lets us go through. You know, Japanese media very frequently has golems and stuff. And I'm not sure if I counter golems in other, you know, media as much. Cavern of Earth. Okay. Let's save outside first. Is this also the same cave that Sada lives in? Where he knows a bunch of stuff, or... Yeah, I guess so. Oh, maybe I should have... I probably should have restocked on some of my consumables, like potions and stuff. I wonder if it's okay to just raw dog this. Because I don't want to head all the way back to town. Ooh, okay, so... Alright, stairs to the east. And then... one room, 2 rooms down. Let's just go for the runes first, and then we'll hit the stairs. Anaconda? I hardly know her. Why did Anaconda her? Why did Anaconda her? What was the scheme? Was it crypto? Was it a rug pull? Come on, come on. Monsters. Why are they always cramming the monsters in these chests? Oh, it looks like... No. Maybe that was just a critical hit, because I thought, like... Brian had surpassed Lois in fighting ability. And no, I guess... Okay? Mummies. Were these, like, important people? Because I think, like, only important people were mummified, right? Like royals and stuff, and you know, if they had like servants that they wanted to be buried with, right? I don't know. I just wonder if I was just like, you know, killing some ancient kings there. Are vampires and mummies like comrades? Because they're both like undead, but like there are different degrees, right? Like a mummy is like, if you reanimate a mummy, that's basically a zombie, and I'm not sure it has like complete control of its like faculties. I'm not sure if it like is cognizant in the same way a vampire is. I should play this game in Italian. I might be able to. I might be able to. I would have to restart the game, you know, the game window. But I don't know if I would know what, like, the villagers were saying. These monsters love hanging out in, like, these little boxes. Well, the villagers are the way that you figure out where you need to go next in this. Because it's not like there's cutscenes that tell you. Oh, contain the potion. All that for a potion? I'm gonna use that potion. Okay, some gil. I wonder what gil is from. I wonder... You know, what's the origin of them naming their currency gil? Because I do know, like, it's a Final Fantasy thing that, like, in every game, the currency is gil. Was that derived from that thing? Like, you know, Zelda has, rupees, which are, like, a currency in, like, India. And then some other fantasy games, they have, like, gold, which is, you know, gold. The real-life metal. Ooh. According to Final Fantasy IV, the Gil is named after the Gilbert family of Damsian. More Gil. Monsters again! Can I not just pillage this this cave full of mummies and vampires in peace? Antidote. They're really screwing me over with each chest. They're There's some weak chests. Maybe it's like a lesson they have to teach you. Like, not every person you rob on the street is gonna have a lot of money for you. Like, sometimes, like, I walk out there and all I have on me is, like, you know, one credit card because I know what I'm gonna... I know what I'm gonna be doing. I know that I'm not gonna need cash. And then, like, if you come rob me, I'll just have that one credit card. And then, what do I do with that credit card? I just cancel it. And so... there's, like, really no benefit to robbing me. You know, when monsters are fairly humanoid like this, I feel like they should put on clothes. These minotaurs definitely need to put on some pants at least. Kiki! Okay, let's look at this map. There's a door at the very bottom, door at the very right, and then stairs going down. Yeah, I guess let's go to that right door first. I don't think in the original that you could, like, see the entire map like this, could you? I remember there being a mini-map. I don't remember being able to, like, just look at a big old map. For, you know, everything. Let's use a group spell, since, there's so many guys. Let's sort that. Okay. Okay, we sorted our inventory. Should be easier to find things. Items up top. I don't know, I played this game before. You know, not this version, but some of this just really seems unfamiliar to me. Like, I just don't remember some of these things. Like, I remember the vampire and everything, but I don't remember this cave being like this. You need to know where I'm looking. I'm mostly just looking at, if I'm off to the side, I'm looking at the screen. And if I'm looking at the camera, looking, you know, in the direction of the camera, I'm looking at the other screen where the chat is. No! Okay. I thought Stewie was gonna die, but he's not. Stewie lives another day. Hmm. Let's cast the low heal. Iki. Heal. And Coral Sword. Oh. Huh. That's the exact same stats as the Worm Killer. So it's just a side grade? A sword that is effective against aquatic enemies. Is that like a real thing or is it just like flavor text? A sword that is effective against dragons. Is that real? I'm more likely to encounter dragons than aquatic enemies inside this cave. So I guess I'll keep the Worm Killer on Stewie. Okay, let's head to that very bottom. The very bottom of the map. Hopefully, the chests there are better. I'm really disappointed in these chests. Like, in the game overall. Like, nothing's blowing me away. It's almost like there's no... It's almost like there's no real point in, like, going out of your way to collect these things. I mean, you know, there's achievements, but what good are achievements? I do like the music in this cave, though. It's very... I don't know, it's very... I don't know. Oriental? Do I have... No, I don't have a potion right now. Okay. I love this troll's, like, expression. It's like, it looks so freaked out. It's clutching its head. It's like, oh my god, I forgot... I forgot to turn the oven off at home. My place is gonna explode in like a fire. I thought this was an NPC that could talk to me, but no, it's another one of these dang old earth elementals. Leather shield, leather shield, leather shield, leather shield. That's not gonna be better than iron, is it? Let's put that worm killer on there. Yeah. Not great. More gil. Ugh. Yeah, again with these very mid treasures. Hill Gigas. This looks more like a what you would depict like a djinn or something as. I do appreciate that we're seeing enemy types that we haven't seen before. What are these trolls so worried about? Do they have social anxiety? Are they like freaking out that they have to interact with a person? Are they thinking that I'm gonna turn the little screen around and tell them like, oh, it's gonna ask you a question, and they're like gonna be stuck trying to figure out what the appropriate tip is? Do I like JoJo's Bizarre Adventure? I think it's okay. You know, I neither love nor hate it. I've watched like the first 4 seasons. These kind of look like Rick from Rick and Morty. Just like a little bit green. When am I watching season 5? I don't know. Probably I don't know, probably never, now that no one's like pressuring me into watching it. I didn't make my own decision to watch it, really. I hate what JoJo has done to the music scene. You know, as a big music person, not like that big of a music person, but as someone that, like, you know, listens to a lot of pop music and stuff. You know, nowadays you look up all these like older bands and there's just people talking about JoJo in the comments. People don't talk about this, but the anime lobby is very big and it's like, exerts a lot of pressure on you. You know, sometimes they tell you you have to watch certain things. And then you do. Or else you're excommunicated. People call, you know, people call up your work and they're like, hey, did you know Class of the Bus hasn't watched JoJo? And then you've got to explain to your boss, like, why this random person's calling and why you haven't watched JoJo yet. More Gil. Oh! When you're in one of these rooms, you can see what's in the other rooms. That's interesting. One of the rooms is empty. I wonder if that just means that there's a boss in there. My god, this is so many dogs. Set these dogs on fire! Make them hot dogs! I haven't had a hot dog in a while. Like, I kind of want one. You know, people always make a big deal about like the all beef hot dogs and stuff like that, but I like the hot dogs that are made of like, you know, reject parts. I like it when I like the junk hot dogs. I think they taste better than the all beef ones. Sometimes junk just tastes better, you know? It's like when, it's like how McDonald's switched to, you know, 100% breast meat. Like, their chicken nuggets did not improve. They tasted better when they were just like miscellaneous parts crammed together. Ooh, there are 3 bats in here. There's a guy, he's like looking at me. Is this just gonna be an earth elemental? Yes, it is. Should've figured it wasn't gonna be a boss. Is one of these bats the boss? Because I know this boss is gonna be a vampire, and that vampires often turn into bats. That's like a thing they like to do. That's like a hobby for them. Kiki, Kiki, Kiki. Okay, no, these are just bats. They're not important. Okay. We need to get to the middle one. The bottom middle. Yes. I see it now. Yeah, they always like try to scare you off of hot dogs. They're like, oh, it's made of pig's assholes and whatever. I don't care. I don't care. If it's gonna be made out of pig, who cares? One more Gil. Okay, alright. I've also eaten like turkey dogs. They're right, but again, not as good. Is this the boss? Yes! Vampire. All things in this... Oh, he has an accent too. All things in this world are destined to end in death. I don't know what accent I'm doing. A seal cannot be broken, and so the earth shall rot. I just know that he takes W's and turns them to V's. You cannot alter destiny. Mere mortals cannot kill the undying. If they're gonna give him an accent, they should like put more W words in there. Okay, so Ether restores 1 MP for each magic level. That's kind of weak. That's honestly kind of weak. Let's start off by doing a Healara on everyone. Let's haste Brian so that he can cast haste more. Yeah, it's different music because it's a boss. They want you to know this is like... This is business. It was play before, but this is business. I don't have like something to heal paralyze. That may turn out to be a problem. But let's get my nulls on. Why is the vampire taking a knee? Oh! Paralyzes off. Okay. Cool. I think I need... Oh, I didn't get Cura, did I? No, it's overkill to just use Healara for one person. Well, let's cast the heal. I mean, not heal, cure. It's not gonna do much, but it's all I got. Okay, let's haste Peter. Because he is a big damage dealer, too. Oh yeah, maybe he does stand up for his second phase. But I doubt that this is... Wow. He went down a lot easier than I thought he would. A lot of these bosses seem to be going down real easy. Not a lot of HP. Not a lot of endurance. You obtain the Star Ruby. Now we can feed it to that big old giant. Let's look at the other stuff. Hey Morty! Hey Morty, I'm in this game. It's called Final Fantasy. Okay, that... Yes, there are a lot of random encounters. A stone slab is set in the floor. An evil force seems to emanate from within. Is this one of those things where you have to like revisit later and then you can get all the crystals going? There is like another room that we haven't been in. But I'm a little afraid to take that detour because I don't want to like die. like, before I make my way out. Because these chests have not been worth it. Yeah, the... the scientists... I mean, the little zombie guys looking like scientists, I think it's a commentary about how academia is dead. Been compromised and, you know, stripped of its funding. Now all anyone gets grants for is like, you know, how do we drill more oil wells? You talk to people in geology, that's like... that's like their main thing that they're going to go into when they graduate with a geology degree, is that they're going to go work for like an oil company. You might be like, wow, I want to go, you know, into volcanology and, you know, study volcanoes and junk. But like, if you're just like a pure academic, good luck. Ah, man, I really thought that, you know... the vampire would be connected more to all the bats we see around, but... I guess, you know, these other bats, they don't really care. They don't care that we took out one of their own. Although I don't know if, like, they consider the vampire to be one of their own. They might think it's, like, annoying how, like, vampires pretend to be, like bats. They might hate posers. That might be their father and I killed him. You know... all children kill their parents someday. That's just a part of life. When, it's really them that killed their father a long time ago. Because... you're always gonna grow up to be something that your parents did not expect. You're always going to... you know, you're going to leech off of them. And then you're going to disappoint them. Or if not disappoint, then you're going to surprise them. You're going to... you're going to kill their their hopes, their imagined versions of you. I don't know. I remember like some phrase somewhere. There was like children sharpen their claws on their parents or something. And it's like so true, so true. I don't know where I heard that phrase. I don't know what context I heard it in, but I was like so true. People who don't have children also die. Yeah. But who's attending their funerals? I hate that it's such a long walk over to get out of this cave. They do say, like, having children ages you. Like, they're always like, oh, why does this person look so old now? And they're like, they had kids. And they treat it as like, you know, you going off to war or something. You know, this is a soldier before and after World War I. And people do that with, like, people have kids all the time. They're like, wow. Look what being a parent takes out of you. It's like being in the trenches. And I just flee. What's stopping you from having children today? The economy? I think... You know, there's always gonna be there's always gonna be a market. There's always gonna be a market where those goods are cheaper. Okay, so I made it out. Let's use one of those dang old sleeping bags. It looks like a little cocoon, like Metapod from Pokemon. Okay, so let's go to Melmond and rest up. And then we'll go to the Giant's Cave and give him that Star Ruby so he can eat it. I know. Maybe you could start shoplifting. Have I ever played Jade Cocoon? No, I have not. This is not Melmond, but... Okay, while I'm here, I might as well give him that ruby. I'm not sure I can even conjure in my mind what Jade Cocoon is, though I do remember the name. It's like a Pokemon. It really is. It's crazy that Pokemon still have like those weird garbled like cries, even in like the modern games. You have Star Ruby? Give me Star Ruby and I let you pass. Crunch, munch. Nothing tastier than rubies. I have to imagine it tastes like a fruit or something. Like a really sweet fruit. Or maybe it tastes like a pink Dr. Pepper. Let me go to Melmond though. Because like, the fact that there are random encounters here scares me. It makes me think that this is more like a dungeon than it is just like, you know, a little simple transition map. Where is Melmond? Oh, it's right there. It's over along that coast. Okay. Let's flee. Jeez, that hit Brian for so much. Okay. Here we are. I should restock on potions and I don't know, I guess just potions. No, that's the inn. Why'd I go back in the inn? Where is gonna sell potions? Is it gonna be the defense place? The armory? Or is it going to be the weapon shop? Oh wait, I have enough gil now for the knight's armor. Yeah, I can buy all the best equipment now in this armor shop. Yeah, I like the village music too. It's really relaxing. It's a little bit, you know, It's a little bit mismatched from like the dire straits that these people seem to be in. But yeah. The vampire's dead, yet the earth is still decaying. What's going on? Could something else be causing it? Yeah, I'm glad you had me kill a dude just to solve a problem that apparently did not end up getting solved. I did not buy the dang old potions. Where do they sell potions here? Do they sell potions here? I don't know. I guess maybe they don't sell regular items there, but let's just see if we can tough that out until the next next town. An X potion. An X potion is like a higher healing grade than a high potion. Wouldn't expect it this early in the game. Yeah. It's the simple things in life that make it worthwhile. Like sometimes I'm a little bit stressed on, you know, where my life's heading, but then like, you know, my cat will like sleep with me and I'm like, well at least I got at least I got a buddy to sleep with. You know, I just listen to those cats snore and I'm like, you know, life doesn't have to be such a mess. Great axe. Gil. Mithril. Elm. Oops. I keep pressing the wrong buttons. Lesser tiger. I know that plenty of like animals and stuff like in like nomenclature they're you know, they're known as lesser and all that, but it still feels a little bit rude to tell that tiger that he's lesser. You know, it's like how we're all like, you know, how we're like great apes or whatever. Let's uplift all apes. Let's use terminology that doesn't, you know, have like diminutive connotations for other apes. Okay, I made it to the other side. Is this where I'm going to reach that cave where there's the wise man Sada? He's Sada because he's wiser. You know, they say ignorance is bliss. I really wonder. I really wonder how happy you could be if you were really stupid. Cause there are a lot of like miserable stupid people. I wonder if they would be more miserable if they were smarter. Pots? What's up with these pots? Why is there a room just with pots? True. I am miserable and stupid. I don't know. Sada. So, you are the ones who defeated the vampire, eh? He was but a servant. The beast corrupting the earth crystal lurks much deeper within the cavern. Here, take this staff with you and use it behind the vampire's chamber. I have to backtrack? You obtain the earth rod. I have to backtrack? Restore the crystals to greatness. God damn it. I hate backtracking. I don't like to go to a place more than once. You know, why do you think I haven't been to my mother's womb? Because I already been there. I don't need to backtrack. You know, once it's enough. Yeah, I go to a different toilet every time. On top of all this nonsense, if I want to stock up on supplies, I'm gonna have to go to a different town to get my consumables. Oh, poison. Was the PSP version of this game significantly different, or is my memory just off? Because I don't know if I remember having to having to do these things in this order. Yeah. Maybe I'll just tough it out. I don't know. I'll just tough it out. There was nothing like super insurmountable about that dungeon. Dang old poison. Poison, you know, it's the silent killer. You might think, you know, being poisoned is fine and dandy, but eventually they'll kill you. They never tell you about the dangers of poison. I love when strikes are preemptive, you know? We can't let the gargoyles have nuclear weapons. They were like 5 seconds away from having nuclear weapons. So the only door I haven't been to is like on the very far right. And I'm close enough that I might as well check it out. I don't know if I've checked out the bottom right. Have I? I think I have. Yeah. Yeah, I have. Yep. Cockatrice. I have not fought these before in this game. And they are very small compared to what I know cockatrices to be. Cockatrices? But yes, when in doubt, you know, go right. There's always money there. I wonder if there's an item to draw like monster aggro to a certain character, because like Peter's like a good tank whenever they decide to like hit him. What? How do you know about some of these commands, DXR? Okay, golden needle. Golden needle's for stone. Yes. I haven't encountered that yet. Maybe they'll come up in whatever lies beyond that vampire stone. Max Lord, you have to give me the stone. This encounter rate, it's really killing me. Did they put the cockatrices in here like after I had gotten the Earth Rod? Or were they always here and I just never encountered them? Whoa! The stone became stairs. There are 2 treasure rooms, I guess. I'm gonna beeline for the stairs, I think. I'm just gonna go to the stairs. I don't care about the treasure right now. Yeah. You know, I'm not one of those, like, spelunking perverts or whatever. Those cave divers that like to get in those holes. When I go in the cave, I want to be in and out. You go through the bottom, go through the top, it does not matter. Let's do a little heal. Yeah, I mean, in some of the Final Fantasy games, unless I'm mistaken, there are items that reduce encounters and stuff like that. And some items that like block encounters. Okay, looks like there's only one door here, and then no stairs, so hopefully this is the last floor of this cave. I would not like to be this deep into a cave because, you know, there's always the chance that it's going, you know, it's going to cave in on you. Everything's going to fall down on you, and that's a real danger with caves, especially ones that go this deep. And then to add onto that, you're like fighting all these like big little things and casting magic and stuff. Let's do a Hilara. There we go. There's the crystal. Who speaks to me? I am he who feeds on the power of earth. I will not be disturbed by mortal men. I am the Lich, fiend of earth. Yes, I remember this. I remember this boss and person, enemy. He doesn't appear that much in the later Final Fantasies. There are other bosses that appear in later Final Fantasies, like you know. I don't know. I think Shiva is a boss. Let's see. Let's protect everyone with some nulls. And let's cast haste. I forgot what the difference is between a lich and like a zombie. Because like they're very similar, aren't they? Because I know people say that, like, Jesus, as in, you know, like, as told in the Bible, he would be like a lich. Because he comes back to life, and then, like, he's not a zombie. Because something. Maybe it's because he has his, like, full faculties and stuff? Is that what the difference is between a lich and a zombie? It's like, you know, a lich maintains their consciousness. Dang, he hit us with the slow. No shock, no blaze. No frost. And then I guess we gotta haste everyone up just to cancel out the dang old slow. You know, this would be a place where I could use Dia probably, but it's probably more important that I focus on some of these defensive abilities. I wonder why Stewie is the only one with slow right now. Did I already fix Oh yeah. Okay. Cause Lois already had haste when slow was cast. Okay. I can't cast any more haste. Let's do a Faraga. Undead things are usually weak to fire because, you know, I guess cremation? I guess that's what they're getting at. Like, you know, bodies like to burn. That's what they love to do. Yeah, that Faraga did a pretty good amount of damage. But it's also like the third tier of offensive spells, so this Lich sure is like not doing a lot of damage to us. He's like casting like status spells and stuff. There we go. The Lich is going in that ditch. Earth's blessing, restore to Earth's crystal light. This is the altar of Earth, from which the power of Earth flows forth. Is this like a... Yes! Quick exit. Exactly what I had hoped. I can't tell if the Earth Crystal is like lit up compared to before or not. Or if it was just always that color. Ooh. No. I made a mistake doing all the battle because I still had the last turn from that boss. Yep. 1 out of 4 crystals. A fourth of the way through this journey, kind of. I don't think there's like a lot more that happens after you activate all the crystals. I think it's just like 1 dungeon and 1 boss. Do big spiders eat big bugs? Are there like big flies that they eat? Okay. I'm just a farmer. Warriors of Light? This couldn't. Warriors of Light. This couldn't happen with Ui. The Earth's Madam mfer is coming back. I heard. Blah, 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 blah. Just the farmer. Warriors of Light, to you we owe our thanks. The Earth is returning to normal. Anyone gonna tell us where to go? Because we can go just to, like, wherever. I mean, we can just, like, keep going until we reach another town or something. Alright, I think that's gonna be it for this session. What did we do? We brought the crown to the Dark Elf Astus, and then we beat Astus's ass. And then we got the Crystal Eye, we gave it to the Witch Matoya. She gave us a Jolt Potion. We gave that Jolt Potion, which I believe is probably just like a Red Bull or something, over to the Elf Prince that was asleep. Elf Prince woke up, gave us the Mystic Key. We used the Mystic Key to get the treasure in Cornelia, which was a Nitro Powder, and then we brought the Nitro Powder to the dwarves. The dwarves separated some continents, and we sailed our little boat through, and then we ended up here at Melmond, and we activated the Earth Crystal so that the farmers can keep farming. One out of 4 crystals. Okay. Good work. To me. I'm saying good work to me.